Well, hello, top of the day, wherever you are tuning in on this recording of the live. This is the Show Me the Z. How many love the Z? The community, the formulations, the culture, what we all stand for. So you're in the right place. If you're a heart-centered servant leader and or a more of a health wellness nut, we're all a bit nutty some days. Yes, so we can all be transparent about that. Some days more than others. Hoping I won't step on anybody's toes for being real about it, but I know my wife would say yes. Most days she's a bit nutty. So we want to welcome everybody to the Show Me the Z presentation. And tonight we're definitely in for a treat. The showcase is being presented by one of our founding platinum leaders in this company. She's been in the health and wellness space for hold up fingers as far as number of decades, Miss Talley. Whoa, 3 or 4 decades. Wow. And she started when she was coming out of the womb. So anyway, she is a beautiful lady and she is a woman of faith, which I love. She's also a woman of unquestionable integrity. And I got to spend a whole week down in Costa Rica, Pura Vida, and with her daughter, as well as their son-in-law, and talking about, and I think you'll hear Jesselyn's story and as part of the presentation tonight. And her hubby Gary is in the educational field and administration side. He has a heart of service as well, and he loves empowering and uplifting other people. And again, Cindy has a beautiful journey, and she is a force to be reckoned with. And let's please welcome Miss Cindy Talley to the call tonight. You there, Cindy?
Yes, hi everyone. Thank you so much for everybody that's taken a little bit of time out of their evenings to join us tonight. I'm super excited to be presenting on a topic that I am so excited about for many years. I started years ago reading to the kids in the preschool and then even the kindergarten classes. Bill Sears, he was known as America's pediatrician, and he had a book called Eat Healthy, Feel Great. And so that was way back when I started looking into how I can start help my family's health, because it started with my son, Justin, when he was like 2 years old. He had really bad allergies and asthma from the time he was a baby. And so his tonsils were the size of golf balls. And we ended up, just by learning about how nutrition could play a huge role, we stopped going to like McDonald's drive-through for those chicken McNuggets all the time, and instead started making our own food and eating salads and fruits and vegetables. So it completely started changing our life back then. And then we didn't even know what was going to happen with our daughter. So I'll backtrack just a little bit because I started in without even hardly introducing myself, but I know that Robert told you a little bit about me. But I've been married to my wonderful husband, who's the one in the maroon shirt on the call, for 34 years. I was 20 when we married, and I also became a nurse 34 years ago. So I've been a registered nurse in the field of nursing for all this time, and now I'm currently doing IV hydration and also IV therapy for patients who have autoimmune disorders. And I recently opened my own practice. I'm calling it Aging Joyfully, Beauty and Wellness, in the aesthetic nursing field, doing Botox and fillers, and also IV hydration, vitamin bags and stuff. I'll be starting that here shortly. So it's quite a learning curve because I've always been in more of this type of field, doing network marketing. I haven't had a brick and mortar type business where I have a location. And so it's a whole learning curve. It's been kind of crazy for me. But anyway, so I have 2 kids, and I'll show you pictures of those here in just a little bit. Jess Sullivan, which he told you about, she's 25, and her husband have been married 5 years. They live in the Santa Cruz area. He's in the ministry full time, and she's the director of social services at a rehab facility. And our son, Justin, he lives in Seattle area with his wife and my 2 grandsons, ages 21 months and 3 years old. And my son is in the Coast Guard. So it's hard having them so far away. So that's why I'm just so excited about business like this. It will help me to make some extra income, and I get to write off all my miles everywhere I go. A little FYI there, if you're not already in business for yourself, great tax benefits. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and put my glasses on so I can see the share screen.
I'm going to make you co-host, Cindy. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
1 second here.
Okay. Share screen. Okay. Where do I want to go first? It all looks different than what I thought it would look, but let's go here and here. You guys see my screen?
We do.
Okay. But you know what? I'll just go ahead and start here because I just want to let you guys know that 3 years ago, I found Zalevo, and I was not looking for another health and wellness company. I was involved in a health and wellness company, taking some pretty great products at the time. And but I always am looking for the very best products. And God brought this company and this business into my life. And I'm just so thankful that I got on the phone that night with some important people. And they shared with me about these no compromise products. And the first thing I thought about was my daughter. When she was 15, and I can't say diagnoses, but she was diagnosed with a chronic illness. And it had affected her life even way earlier than that. And she was in a lot of discomfort and had trouble sleeping and just, and she'll tell some of her story here. So I'll just let her share that. But just crazy to watch your child in so much pain and hurting every single day. And it caused her a lot of anxiety and a lot of depression. And so I was always looking for an answer. So I just want you guys to hear it from my daughter here.
I don't remember a
Oh.
time when I was younger and growing up that my body wasn't uncomfortable in some sort of way during the day. I would wake up nauseated, go to bed nauseated. I wake up in the middle of the night. I hardly slept. And then that caused me anxiety because the way that it was making me feel, and so worried about my body, what's going to happen. And let me tell you, my mom was there through all of it. And let me tell you, she never stopped hunting for something that would help me. One health and wellness after the other, one product after the other, one journey after the other. She's like, try this. And everything she did was to help me feel better. And that's when Zalevo came along. I was on my last strand. I was like, I literally can't do this anymore. I can't hold a part-time job. I have no energy to do what I love to do. And she goes, well, this is the next thing, right? I think this is going to work for me. And it did. I was able to sleep and wake up feeling recovered. Body was feeling like it was healing exponentially faster than ever before. And then all of a sudden, my weight dropped. And that's not even something that I was shooting after. I just wanted to feel good. And then before I know it, 2 months pass, and I don't even remember, I was down like 2 pant sizes. And then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is incredible. And then I had time and energy to work out. So I started working out, and then I started gaining muscle mass. I would go to work, and I would come home from work, and I would work out. And then I would do the same thing the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. And it was like this steady progression. My husband, he like grabbed my waist and hugged me, and he's like, where'd you go? I've come so far in just a short period of time with these products. I can't off the top of my head be like, I felt this way yesterday, because that's not my life anymore.
Oh, goodness. That every time I listen to that, oh my goodness, it was your kid going through that. It's just amazing, when you hear that. I'm trying to let me see. I need to stop share for just a minute and get back here. Share screen. Okay, here.
You and Gary have a whole lot of emotion tied up with your daughter's journey, my friend. So
Ooh, boy, it has been quite the journey. Our pictures are in the way. All right. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Present. Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yeah, you're fine. Just start the presentation. You can go start with the picture.
Okay, no, okay, Gary, hold on. I'm getting it to present full screen here. Oh, there we go. Okay. There. Do you guys see it?
Yeah, I think you have to go on that,
Oh,
the arrows going right and left. See, it says present full screen. Did you click on that?
hold on.
All good.
Sorry, you guys. Okay. How
You know,
come it's,
technology.
okay, present. There.
There it is.
Okay, I'm glad Gary's on the other one. He can tell me, is it showing up? Is it not? Is it what's happening here?
You're good to go.
Okay. So, oh, here's, let somebody in. All righty. So that is a picture of my daughter and her wonderful husband, Reeve Lively. She won the Best Body Challenge when she first got in after that story, and the Transform Challenge. And she was able to go after winning the quarterly one to the Costa Rica. That's where she got to know Robert and everybody there. So that was what a wonderful opportunity. She'll never forget that. And there's my son and my daughter-in-law and my two grandbabies that I just love so much. And then, well, now oh, there we go. Okay. Technology, I'm learning it here. So this is some more before and afters of my daughter Jesselyn, and just, here she is, before and then after she lost the weight and then starting to work out and have more energy. Just amazing to watch her transform her body, and it literally transformed her life. It transformed her marriage. It transformed her mentally, not just physically. And she's just a completely different person today because she feels good for the first time. All righty. So my favorite topic to talk about is how to look and feel better. So how many of you out there on the call tonight have something going on with your health that you would like to change? And probably one of those things could be what you're looking at here on the screen. The top 2 causes of death in America today are cardiovascular disease and cancer. So raise your hand if you or somebody you know has one of these things. Probably everybody in there could almost raise every single finger that you have on your hand. It is just something that's so prevalent, and 1 in 2 people will get cancer in their lifetime. So like looking at my husband here, like one of us, will probably end up with cancer. So it's just, the rates are going up and up and up. And so, and why is this happening in America today? Why are we so unhealthy? And I love hearing Jim Rhodes' presentation because he talks a lot about this, and we've heard some other presentations in the past talking about the environmental pollution that we experience, the chemical exposures. So not only the air that we're breathing, but the water that we're drinking, our soil is contaminated with pesticides and herbicides. And then what that does when it gets into our fruits and vegetables that are grown, it prevents them from having the minerals that they used to have years ago. Because way back in 1950, 1 bowl of spinach had enough iron in it to supply your FDA, whatever it was meant for you to have for that week. And now you need 51 or 52 bowls of spinach to equal the same thing. So it just goes to show you that no matter if we're eating even down at our local farmers market, it's a lot better than what you're getting at the grocery store. But what we are eating now is not what we used to be able to get back in the 1950s before our ground and everything was just ruined because of all the pesticides and herbicides. And then the chemical exposure. If you're using cleaning products in your house, if you are using air freshener, anything with a scent, not, those spray things that you spray, or they used to have one of those things on the wall that would just psst and spray out. My Grammy and granddaddy had one of those. When I think about it now, how I lived with that. Those pet things going in the air to kill all the flies in the house. We had to breathe that in. And all of those things are so toxic and can cause so many neurological and other problems in our bodies. And then the last thing is our lifestyle choices. Before I know smoking, I grew up with a mom and dad that smoked. So I had the secondary smoke, our poor dietary habits, all of that, including a sedentary lifestyle, which I had thought until I started doing a little more research, like just being sedentary can impede your body's natural detoxification process and cause more toxic buildup in your body. So one good reason to get out there and just move your body every single day. So what in the world can we do about it? So of course, embrace a healthy lifestyle. And we talked a little bit about how to do that, but eating more fruits and vegetables. I have a pear right here. I was looking for an apple because I love the apple demonstration, but one apple, let's pretend this is an apple because I'm sure pears are close to the same thing, but one apple has like 10,000 different phytonutrients in it, all those wonderful ingredients in it, but only about 5 milligrams of that in that apple is a vitamin C. But in combination with all the other phytonutrients that are in there, that is making that vitamin C in there more potent than if we were to take 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Because when you put all the phytonutrients together, they work together synergistically in the body to do what it's supposed to do. So it's definitely important that we eat more fruits, more veggies, whole grains, and lean proteins. Cut back on processed foods, sugary drinks, and sodium. One can of soda has 12 teaspoons of sugar in it. So just picture your coffee in the morning. You're going to take 12 teaspoons of sugar and just pour in there and stir it up and drink it? No way. You're not going to do that, I don't think. But we drink soda. Well, soda has those 12 teaspoons of sugar in there. And if you drink one can of soda and eat one candy bar, that's going to suppress your immune system for up to 8 to 12 hours after you eat that. So if you come in contact with anybody with colds or flus, if you happen to get on the plane and that's what you're eating, and then you're traveling or whatever, you're more than likely to come home and get whatever you were in contact with because your immune system was suppressed during that time after you put all that sugar in there. So anyway, what I'm going to focus on today, and you can read the rest of those there, is fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables have something called antioxidants in them. Antioxidants are like superheroes fighting off the free radicals in your body. So as Jim says in his presentations, we have quadrillions of cells in our body, like more than you could even imagine or count. It would take years, to count as many cells as we have in our body. Well, every single cell in our body is getting at least 10,000 hits of that free radical damage every single day per cell. And if you are things that cause that free radical damage in your body is just even our body's own metabolism. So as we are burning those calories and we're exercising, we are burning more free radicals and causing more oxidation, that oxidative stress that happens in our bodies. Everything. And if you're under stress, your body is getting probably 25,000 hits per cell per day. So stress plays a huge role on increasing that damage that's happening to every single cell every single day. So we need to put as many antioxidants into our body as possible. Before, it used to be 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. When I was a kid, when you were in school, they said eat your 5 a day. And then it went up to 5 to 7. Then it went up to 7 to 9. And then it was 9 to 13. And then finally, the government just said fruits and veggies more matters because we can't get enough fruits and vegetables into our body because antioxidants, the only place you can get them is from fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes, all those healthy things. And unless you're eating a ton, 51 bowls of spinach a day, you just cannot get enough antioxidants in your body. So I have this picture right here. It just shows the arrow pointing and then that shield. Picture that shield as that antioxidant coming and it's just protecting the cell. So if we have thousands, millions of antioxidants streaming through our body every single day, you're going to prevent that free radical damage, that arrow from pointing and hitting 10,000 hits per day per cell is going to be protected from the antioxidants that you are putting into your body. So you can see how important it is to get as many antioxidants in our body as possible. And I heard about something called the ORAC score, something else that Jim talks about. ORAC score is the oxygen radical absorbent capacity. The score serves as a gauge for the antioxidant capacity of a food or substance. It measures how effectively a food can counteract harmful free radicals within the body. So those free radicals, again, is that oxidation, that stress that happens to every single cell. And the higher the ORAC score indicates a greater antioxidant properties in the food. And so what we have found out is that we have some products with some very, very high ORAC scores in it. So as I say here, I have found for me and my family, and you guys, a lot of you on this call too, have already found an amazing solution. So I'm going to talk about a few of my favorites, not all of them tonight because due to time, but the number one thing that changed our family's life, changed my daughter's life, is giving her a whole array of wonderful minerals streaming into her body that had 30 grams of undenatured whey protein from healthy cows from New Zealand, that had no antibiotics going into those cows, it was grass, they were grass fed. And so I just know, and also I'm very lactose intolerant. And when I started drinking this shake, I had no problems drinking the shakes at all, no bloating. Prior to this, part of my story is I've had, after those hormonal days hit me about 10 years ago, I started experiencing digestion issues like never before. I had to take enzymes before my meals, especially before I ate any raw food like a salad. And ever since I started taking the Ultra 30 shake, because it has digestive enzymes in them, and I was drinking 1 to 2 a day, I no longer have to take enzymes before my meals, which is amazing to me. But look at all the healthy stuff that's in there. So as you can see, it changed my daughter's life. It changed our lives. It's kept, even during the time I've had some back issues and I haven't been able to work out, I get on my Renfro scale that tells your body mass, and I am amazed at how much muscle that I still have, even when I'm not working out. So it goes to show you putting some good Zalevo shake into your body that has that protein that's utilized by the body, and it goes in and it helps to create lean muscle mass. So right now, who are you thinking of? Put it in the chat. Who are you thinking of? Okay, do you have a parent that's aging that is losing muscle mass? Do you have a grandma or grandpa or your aunt or uncle? Put their name right now in the chat, even if it's just a first name. Who are you thinking of? How about even some children in your life that are horrible eaters? Like the only thing they'll eat is like chicken nuggets and like hot dogs. But at least you can get one, maybe put 1 scoop or even a half a scoop if they're smaller, because they can't have as much protein as we do as adults. But just think if they were drinking that 1 to 2 times a day, a little portion of a scoop, and they're getting all these healthy nutrients into their body every single day. What a difference. Their teachers are going to be calling you on the phone saying, what are you doing different with little Johnny? Like he's sitting in his seat and he's paying attention. He's not walking all around and talking or falling asleep at his desk, which would what would happen after, a sugary cereal breakfast. So this is for every single age. Everyone needs, 1 to 2 shakes a day. My next favorite is burn mode. Okay, so remember I talked about that ORAC score. The antioxidant load of a product. This product in burn mode, 1 stick has over it's either 3 or 8 million ORAC score. So there is not one day that I go without putting 1 burn mode into my body. Can you imagine all of those antioxidants at 2.3 million ORAC score streaming through my body every single day. In fact, my daughter takes it at nighttime, and she said it took one time that she put that in her body, and that night she slept, I think it was 6 or 7 hours for the first time, when she was used to getting like 4 or 5 max. And she woke up that next morning feeling rested. So, wow, what that must have done. So if you take it right before bedtime, if you're just going to do it once a day, not as part of a fasting aid, once a day at nighttime or first thing in the morning. I do it first thing in the morning, and it starts my morning off because I like to do intermittent fasting and start my shake closer to about 10 o'clock in the morning. So, and I'm not even hungry once you drink the burn mode. And so if you use it as a fasting aid, there's different types of ways you can do it. And so you can talk to the person who invited you on this call, and because you can use it for intermittent fasting or fasting for 24, 48, 60-hour fast using the burn mode, and it will help you get through it so much easier than water alone. And while you're on it, after 20 hours, you go into something called autophagy. So all those unhealthy cells that are created every day, once you go into that autophagy, that is going in there and that is eating up and just eating up all the bad cells. And you can literally reverse time, reverse degenerative disease by autophagy. And you can look that up on the internet if you want. There's all sorts of information about autophagy and how good it is to help detoxify and just really get rid of those bad cells to create newer, healthier cells. So anyway, you can see I'm passionate about this burn mode. It has amazing minerals in there, the ionic C minerals and trace minerals and fulvic minerals. It's great for liver health, for your immune health. It helps to regulate and help healthy blood sugars. I can't tell you much about this. So if you're just using it for fasting days, well, try to get at least one in your body every single day so that your body can be more alkaline. And if your body's more alkaline, you're going to help prevent disease alone. All right, this is just an ingredient that is in the burn mode also, this organic azanthine, I don't know, Jim will have to say that word for you. But there's all sorts of clinical trials showing about it reducing oxidative stress, preventing the oxidative damage, that free radical damage that's going on. And remember, here it is, ORAC, 2.8 million. Wild blueberries, which are known as some of the healthiest things that you could put in your body that are high in antioxidants, has 6,000 to 9,000 for a cup of the blueberries. Well, look at that, 2.8 million in our burn mode. But just look, I'm not going to go over this chart here, but if you want to take a snapshot, these are some of the amazing things that your body is going to benefit from by putting that in there. Collagen, another one of my favorite products. Ever since I've been taking it, my hair grows longer and stronger than ever before. My nails, my skin, it helped smooth out my skin on my face. That was one of the first things I noticed. Cartilages, just notice collagen is what holds the glue that holds your body together. So all the cartilages, muscles, tendons, ligaments, connective tissues, all of that. And we really feel, and Jocelyn feels that every single time, well, when she started putting the collagen in, it really helped her digestive system to heal a lot quicker. And so just know that the collagen is not just hair, skin, and nails. Like, it goes deep into the lining of your vessels, to the lining of your intestines, everything. If you can imagine all of that just coming together as it should, what are some things that you can think of that would improve? There's so many things. And we can't say disease processes, but 3 days without it, my daughter can't play her guitar because she also has a condition that affects her joints. So she loves the collagen. My husband, we both love the collagen for that reason too. All right, next, this is the last product that I'll talk about today. And because these are the core products in our household that we really feel that is absolutely no compromise. Like, our health starts with our gut. There is a gut-brain connection. So if you're dealing with even things that make, like that condition that makes you sad during the day or night, or you're not sleeping well and just you find yourself feeling, nervous, that kind of thing. You would think like a probiotic would help that. Yes, definitely. Because what happens in the gut is very, very important to help every single organ in your entire body. There are microbiomes in there. And if you have ever been on an antibiotic, and some people have been on antibiotics many, many times, then we need to put a probiotic into our body, whether we've been on antibiotic or not, because we need to overload our body with these good biomes so that it'll keep away the bad ones. And so the daily support has those 10 powerful strains that help with all of those things listed there. And then the trim, if you're looking to lose weight and you're in this or you're starting to take these products, then you want to be on the trim. This is very highly studied. The biomes that are put in there are specific biomes, these 3 powerful strains that are very hard to come by and are actually very expensive. But our company has no compromise and they got those ingredients. And if we put that in there, it helps support our fat metabolism, that deep visceral fat that harbors all those toxins in there. It helps support weight loss. It helps support weight management, gut digestive health, immune health, all of that by taking. And if I were you, if you can, you just take both of them because you're going to get the 10 that are in there plus the 3 that have that are helping you maintain your weight, which is why I take it, or to lose your weight. And I just wanted to end, I found these pictures on our new app that we have. And I just love that, you know, these amazing results that people are having. And Craig went from a couch potato to an avid walker that hits 10K steps a day, and he's taking his life back. I love that. Look at his result. Look at that belt. Oh my goodness. He went from a 42 to a 34. And then Sandy said she went from 232 pounds to 178 in 6 months, and her digestion's improved that plagued her for over 5 years. So I know what Sandy felt because mine is so much better too. And she has renewed energy like in her 40s, and she began hiking again. So that is super, super exciting. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I just, you know, I could keep going on talking, but it's just this company and these products have made a huge difference in our life. And so anyway, thank you so much. And that's all I have for you today.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna count to 3 in a
Mhm.
moment, and when I get to 3, let's all send your love and gratitude to this beautiful lady who's is she a force to be reckoned with? She's so genuine and authentic. So here we go. Let's uplift and affirm Miss Cindy Talley. So 1, 2, 3.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Cindy.
Cindy. That was
Love you.
beautiful.
Good job.
You're amazing.
I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait for the recording now. So to share that. So isn't it so fun to hear the different personalities too and different perspectives on what we all do? So Cindy, before I step into Jim and myself and do a little training, what would you tell somebody, even that's a bit, well, actually, we're all brand partners here, but anybody watching this recording, what would you tell somebody though, when we share this with somebody who's maybe a bit skeptical, maybe they've used 1,000,001 products, what would be a kind of a one summary as far as how to get them off the skepticism too?
Off the fence. Well, I would just share my heart and trying different products throughout the years, and then I've been on some really great products, but I would just let them know about the no compromise with these products and how they have literally changed our families' lives. And I would just share a brief story because stories are so powerful, and people find something that relates to that person. And if it, you know, may not be my daughter's story, but it may be my friend Sandy's story or my friend Jill's story. But that little story, when they hear and you find out what their pain point is, just say, you know, I don't know if this can help you or not, but I sure would love for you to give it a try and see if we can't help you get on the road to feeling better. And all they can do is say, no, thank you. But most of the time they're going to say, sure, send me some more information. Almost nobody will. If you have something that's going to help them, they want to know about it.
Yeah, I love that. So the key points that Cindy just brought up are we share a story. our own and other stories. And tonight you heard, wasn't it so, didn't we all lean in when we heard Cindy's own story, Gary, and then Jesselyn and Reeves, you know, when we heard their story and we saw their story and we saw the emotion attached to that, isn't that the true, really most powerful aspect of how we share this? And Cindy, I love how you say, I'm not sure if this will help you or not. But what I do know, if you're open to it, you know, would you like me to share this information? So I call that the kind of I call it a disclaimer. When we give them permission for this not to be for them, it kind of puts all that energy pressure down, doesn't it? So yeah, good stuff. Any other questions before Jim and myself, we want to show you how we would show a brand new partner or someone looking at this, how we would explain how they earn their first 1,000 to 1,500 in the company. So we're about to walk you through that real quick here at the end of the call. Before we do that, other questions while we have Cindy on the line tonight. And don't be shy. I'd love for you to step in and ask any questions you like in this context.
Can I just add one thing that's really neat? Cindy, that was marvelous. And thank you for sharing from your heart. There is a way that if we can help someone make a decision to at least give us 30 days of putting these products in these foods in their body, you can actually see in real time if they get one of those Renpho scales that measure your body fat, your visceral fat, your bone density, your hydration rate, your BMI, and all of those very things, very inexpensively, they can actually see the movement week by week into the green out of the red often. And there's nothing more fun than seeing the scale go down, but it's even more fun if you see lean body and muscle mass going up at the same time the scale is going down because you're utilizing that fat. And then one of the big ones is your metabolic age. You want to get that scale before you start the product because you can step on and get your baseline. And it will tell you what it thinks your metabolic age is. If you're way overweight and not doing well, it's going to say you're way older than you are. Well, you'll watch that thing come back down, get even, and even go on the younger side. And that is a big win for anyone.
Yes, I sent both of my customers from last month a Renpro scale, and I'm just so excited for them to get it. I wish I would have sent it on the day that I got them started because then they've already just started, but it's only been like a week in. So that I'm looking forward to have them measure the numbers that they're going to see on that.
Yeah, great
Cindy?
reminder.
My question was around the Renfro scale because I'm pretty sure I have one, but operator error seems to keep it from working. But how do you present that to your people? I've got somebody I met on the plane yesterday, and it was all the things. It just connected. It was that whole you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. She's totally the person I would send a scale to. But how do you open that up? Just, hey, I'm going to send you something, or do you have one, or how do you do it?
I ask them, do you have a Renpro scale or a smart scale already? And both
Okay.
times people have said no. And they say, oh, great. I'd love to send you one as a thank you for ordering.
Love that. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I knew you'd have a heartfelt answer.
Yeah, I would love to send you one as a thank you for ordering. So why not offer that? Today Jim and I did a three-way call with one of my new customers, and same thing. We had that same conversation with Jim, and she had something similar, but it was an older version of, I'm sure, what eventually became the Renpho, and it didn't have some of the key ways to look at the metabolic age and so forth. And so I'll be sending that along with, and I reached, just to be, can I be transparent as well? In addition to that, I also, it was somebody that three of us knew, Jim and like Jill and myself. And I also reached out to be transparent. I said, Jim and Jill, would you mind going in? Because there was a budget involved. And I said, would you mind? We made sure that she was accountable and she was putting the products in her body first. And I said, Jim and Joe, would you mind going together and gifting her like one of our formulations that costs right around $80? It's called Collagen 300. And so along with the Renfro, we're actually gifting her one of our formulations. And again, we go back 20 plus years with this lady. And so all I'm saying is that when we give, we receive. And when we receive, we give as well. So, you know, give of your time, but also give of a portion of the compensation we receive. Does that make sense? And it goes a long way for our individuals and our people on our team. So one of my questions, if right now we put you on the spot and say, okay, Sherry Knight, show me exactly how to earn my first $1,200 in Zalevo, would you be able to, without hardly blinking, said, sure, here we go. Let's get on a Zoom here in 30 minutes and you could show me exactly how to do that? Would you be a little nervous about that, or would you have would you feel pretty confident about using the tools to do that, Sherry? You are, there we go.
Some of them, yes, some of them, no.
Okay. All right, fair enough. So you would be fairly confident, but you feel like you would get bogged down with some of the details of it?
Which is why I always turn to Barbara.
I love it. I love it. So turn to Barb, and then Barb, you would lean on what you've learned, but more importantly, Barb, hopefully, you would also lean on the app that Cindy brought up. So let's jump over to Barb. So Barb, Sherry's just called you and said, Barb, I have somebody who's been in network marketing before, and he's asking me, he lives in Texas, he's asking me how he earns his first $1,200, either in 2 weeks or 2 months. Barb, what would be the your main go-to resource that you would use to show me and Sherry how to do that?
I would show them how to do the fast track graph, because when you just share this with 3 people that you know, it helps them to get their 3 for free. And that you know pays them like up to $150 worth of product. So now they're getting their product at a much better, you know, they're getting it. And then those 3 people, chances are out of those 3 people, they'll want to get, and now with even the better things now is that even some of the customers can now get discounts and get referrals and get part of that. So even as customers, and then, so as you continue to do that, out of that, some people are going to say, you know what? I love these results. I want to share this with other people. And so teach them how to do the same thing that you've just done.
Awesome. I love that, Barb. So thank you, Barb and Miss Sherry, for stepping in. So would it be okay if I kind of show you the basic resource, how we would use it, and then we're going to challenge you to actually do this in real life tonight as well? Would it be okay if I spend like 3 minutes and showing you exactly where you can go to do this? Would that be okay? Just to show you.
Spend 5 minutes and get us older guys well trained.
I love it. So let's keep role playing. Let's say that who should we pick on? Let's pick on our Canadian suntanned friend. He just got back from Mazatlan, by the way. Anybody envious? I know I am. So he and his wife Lucy. So Ross, let's say you're a new brand partner and you say, Robert, how do I earn any, I don't know, 1,000 to 1,500 here coming into the gates? Is that a fair question you would have?
It is, yes.
Okay, so I would get on a Zoom call with Ross, and we're on a Zoom call like we're right now, and I would say, Ross, first of all, let me do a little screen share, and I would pull this up real quick. And you know, Ross, you know, you already have, remember the app you already have called Boards?
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show you what you already have sitting on your phone and computer, but I'm just going to do it from my computer. Ross, can you see my screen?
I can see it, yes.
Awesome. All right. So there's a folder on my screen. It's called Show Me the Money. Is it okay if I show you the money?
Yes, show it.
Okay. All right. Here we go. And this is exactly what I would do with a brand partner, what I do with brand partners. So Ross, is it okay if you know me by now, Ross, we've worked together long enough. So is it okay if I share with you like a 1.5-minute video? Can I watch it with you real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go. And
Team building brand
okay, Ross, can you hear my audio and see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to show you exactly what I would do. Here we go.
partners, we want to encourage everyone to focus on fast tracking. They can earn between $1,000 and $1,500 in the first 3 months by just simply filling out this chart. When I first started with Solevo, this is how I started. I filled out this chart and I fast tracked to Elite Mentor in the first 30 days. That's what we like to encourage everyone to do. Get in, share, have conversations, and go to work to filling out this chart. It's really straightforward. Then after that, you fast track to Elite Mentor. Then you just help 3 people do the same thing, and boom, you're a platinum member. And it can happen as quickly or as slowly as you want it to, but I find usually things work better when you're doing them quickly.
So I'm going to pause right here. Ross, do you see the simple nature of this? You see, you start with focusing on this chart here. You see that?
Yes. Yep.
So 3 customers, and then we're going to help you, work with you to find those 3 other, not just customers, but we're going to also help you find 3 other people who want to win a cruise. They want to go to Mazatlan. They want to, you know, bless some other people's lives. So do you see what our leadership position is called? We simply help these 3 individuals do what you just did right here. Does that make sense?
It does. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. It's called fast tracking. And let's go ahead and finish out the video. I think you'll love the little closing remarks here. By the way, the lady presenting is one of our leaders, and she's a sweetheart. Her name is Beth. So 1 second.
If you wanted to, but I find usually things work better when you're doing them quickly. That's it. Who we are and what we're up to here at Solevo is so extraordinary, and it's such a gift. And we get to have a brand new year together to just rocket this thing and be able to share it with all of the people that we love in our lives.
I love it. Okay, so that's the little introduction for you. And now I would just go down 1, 2, 3, 4 with Ross, and I'm clicking on number 2. So Ross, this is a chart that I'm going to have you print out, and just to step off the role play, in real life, you've printed this chart out, haven't you, Ross?
I have. Yes.
Yes, and you're methodically working through it.
Yes.
Yes. So this is real life stuff. So I would have him print this out, which I do, and we begin to work through people that he knows, and we begin to plug in individuals to this chart on his way to platinum founder. And so it's 1, watch the video together. 2, I would have him print that chart out, begin to work through it. And what I would do personally, I would say, Ross, when you're in this folder, are you okay if I give you a little homework? Would that be okay?
Yes. Sounds good.
Okay. This video that I'm going to have you watch, it's a little longer one, but it goes into what's called our simple sharing system and really explains what you and I just went over in the last, say, 5 minutes. It's going to go into more detail, and it will ground you in really how this works and what it sounds like with your people. And then with your permission, I know we have our next call booked in 2 days at, I think after off at 6 p.m. So we'll talk then. As you're going through this, I'm going to ask you to write even more of your questions down, and then we'll go through them together. Does that work for you, Ross?
Yeah, that sounds great. Yes.
Awesome. So let me step out of here. So did I have to know all the fancy words and the names of the darn ranks, which are like a foreign language to people, elite this and mentor that and an intergalactic commander that? Did I have to know all that stuff?
No.
No.
I really didn't. I could just pull up the darn app. Let's watch this video. And I do this. Those of you who know me, this is exactly what I do. I watch videos all the time with people, as opposed to me just sharing what I've learned in 2.5 years. Okay. And then we pull up the graph together. I show them how it works. And there we go. So I'm gonna challenge everybody to do this. I know we have only 7 minutes, but here's the challenge. I'm about to break us into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breakout rooms. And it's gonna be quick and it's gonna be rapid fire. I'm gonna ask you to go around the group and do those 3 steps. I'm gonna have each of you take turn role playing, pulling up the board. Here's the video. Don't take the time to watch it. Here's the graph. Here's your homework. Here's the video. Here's the graph. Here's your homework. And imagine you just booked your follow-up call with them with your upline. Here's the video. Here's the graph. Here's your homework. Book a call with your upline. Here's the video. Here's a graph. Here's your homework. Book a call with your upline. All right. And if you can't use audio, Donna, it's okay. If you have somebody in your breakout room who can't talk or role play with us, it's okay. Just do the best you can. And remember,
Here,
repetition.
I can take Laura Lovely and I can just talk it through with her.
Okay, fair enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's practice this real quick, and then we'll come back together here in about 5 minutes. So here we go.
Will our screens be live when we're in our group so we can go through all 3?
Your screens will be but you can use your other device, or just all I want you to do is just go through the actions. If
Walk
you have
through
to,
up here.
you have to
Yep.
have an imaginary device, then do that. See, people
Okay.
are bailing already. It's okay. Those of you
Yes.
still here, you realize that doing it and practicing it is the way to take ownership of this. So I applaud each of you for still being here. So 1 second, and 1, 2, 3.
And Robert, just which board is it that we go to? That's where I
Wow.
missed that.
I'm going to ask you to figure that out. Ask your team.
Okay.
Ask your team.
All right, fair enough.
Yep. Here we go. Okay, Dennis, we only have a few minutes. So Dennis, who would you like? Which one of us do you want to role play as the new brand partner, me or Cindy?
Cindy's my new brand partner.
Okay, take it
We're
away.
looking for wonderful women.
Take it away.
But she's muted, so she needs to fix that. Okay.
Okay.
So Cindy, I want to just show you how you can make, like I told you before, 1,000 to 1,500 in your first 3 months. Would you want to know that?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay.
I'd love that.
First, we're going to go to boards, and we're going to go to one of the folders that's called Show Me the Money.
Mhm.
I always like that.
Mhm.
And what I like to do is just watch a really quick 1.5-minute video with you. Can you do that? We'll
Mhm.
just watch it together. Okay, so we're going to go do that. Now I want to show you the chart of how to fill this out. You saw it on the little video. And so we're going to bring this chart up, and I want to give you an assignment to print that out and start filling that out as you're starting to connect with people.
Okay.
Okay, and then also I have a little bit of homework that you can do before our next meeting on Wednesday. And that's this other video, the fast track training. And I want you to watch that and go through that and write down any questions you have, and we'll talk about all that on Wednesday. Does that work?
That works great. Thank
Okay,
you.
perfect.
And one last thing, if I may interject, is it just you and Cindy, or are you grabbing me to join you?
You can.
Yeah, since you're already on here, yes.
Yeah, but please consider, we're also teaching the 3-week call. And because if you're fairly new, Cindy's brand new, then we're also saying, okay, one of my coaches will be on the line with us. So go ahead.
Wednesday. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Take it away.
Okay. All right, Dennis, I'm so excited that you just joined as a new brand partner, and you've expressed interest in sharing this with others and creating some extra income. So we have a really great fast track program that I would love to help you to create your first $1,200 in this company. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in?
Oh, absolutely. I want to, understand how to do it. I don't want to be reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, good. Well, we have this app called the Boards app, and I guess I probably should have already had you download it. So on your Boards app, go on there and go to the section when you click on the corporate, let's see, I even got to look. There's a label corporate board. And then over to the right, down at the very bottom, there's one that says, show me the money. So click on that one. And we're going to watch that top left one together. Okay, so we watched that together.
Okay.
Great. So now I have a little bit of homework for you. I
Awesome.
left just right there to the right of that one. Do you see that chart that has you and then 3 people under it with some blank spaces? Right there, you go ahead and print that out, because that's what we're going to use to fill in the blanks to help you fast track your business in the first 30 days.
Okay.
And next would be to watch the video right under the first one on the left-hand side, the middle one there. And then when we set up our follow-up to meet in a couple of days, you can let me know if you have any questions that you'd like to discuss after you've watched all that. And then we'll see where you're at.
Okay.
go
Can we
over
have
the chart.
Robert be on that call too?
Yes.
I don't even know
Yes,
him, but can we have him
sorry,
on
we're
there?
just ignoring you, Robert.
No, it's all good. And
I have
that,
to do that to sink it in.
because if there's one thing that we want to drive home to our people and our teams and community, is that the 3-way call, and especially if it's a newer activity, is to ingrain that we could just simply grab one of our. All right. Is it one thing to hear it, but quite another to actually do it?
Yeah.
Anybody? So, and I would challenge all of us, including myself, because to be honest, I'm excited to do this tonight, because what did I have to do? I had to go to Boards and make darn sure that each of those segments were in there, because I knew I was going to be showing with you guys how to be duplicable. Can anybody pull up Boards and do a Zoom call and just simply walk through those 3 steps, the 4 steps? Yeah. And does everybody realize step number 4 is crucial? Meaning, when we book the call with them to go over their homework, who do we grab with us? Yeah, your upline partner. Yeah, Barb, you're muted there, but we heard you. We saw you mouthing the words. So, and it would behoove me. Would it behoove me, what if I know it inside and out, to still grab a teammate and an upline partner? Why would that be important for Jill to do, or Jim, or myself to do?
Credibility.
Yeah, it's credibility. Yes.
That third-party validation, and they may actually relate to that person a little more than you.
Third-party validation.
The most important part is you're training them to do what you do. Even if you didn't know, I mean, even if you knew enough to do it without their help, wouldn't it be cool is they saw you ask for that help, because that's what they're going to want to feel. It's okay to ask you. This is the way we run it. This is the way it's going to be duplicated.
Because 2 months ago, I think, Barb, I was on a call with you. What did I do? I was using my artistic talent, and we were going through this together, and it just simply wasn't that duplicatable. But now with Boards and simply pulling it up, watching it, homework, watching it, grabbing a partner.
One of the things for me too, Robert, is that I like to be able to say to somebody, so if you were my new person, it's like, and they'll say, but oh gee, I don't know if I can do this. Well, Robert, what did I do with you?
Yeah. I mean, you use the tools, and you grab the team. So I hope that helps. I know I just wanted to share with you as a reminder for all of us, no matter who we are, is that if we can use the tools more, be genuine, and then use the team, leverage our upline resources. And if your upline isn't available, go crossline, whatever it looks like, whatever that looks like, use your community. Any other questions or comments tonight? Hopefully tonight was very helpful.
One of the things you just said is use crossline. That means Roberts, if he's available, knows this stuff.
Well, what I would just use the tools. So
Yes, that's
that's
the rest of the story.
that's the rest of the story.
I mean, I'm gonna grab him even though he's not necessarily upline.
Yeah. So anyway, hope this makes sense. And again, beautiful job, Miss Cindy. And we just love your heart. Who else loves this beautiful servant leader culture we have? And Jim, if you could lead us out, that'd be great.
You bet. Okay, we're gonna be a force for good here at the count of 3. Everybody ready? A 1, a 2, and a 3. Force
Force
for
for
good.
Good job,
Thanks,
Cindy.
everybody.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Cindy. Thanks, Robert.
Awesome.
Welcome,
Please get
thank
this
you.
posted soon. This is a great call.